When we last left off, we made a slight blunder. And by that I mean I'm impatient. I wanted Metal Digimon. So I had to do a little bit of backtracking. But it's fine. We got caught up. We're in chapter 12, in the early stages of it. Kaito's still not here. I'm pretty sure he's just fucking dead. We had done all of our rooting around for items. So we're pretty much ready to move on to the quote-unquote final battle. That's what they kept calling it last time, so I'll believe it when I see it. I don't think a whole lot happened last time. Hey, Minoru. All this tension is really getting to me, Takuma. I mean, any way you look at it, this is the moment of truth we are coming up on here. It sure is. And when I think of how this is it, all this other stuff starts racing through my head. Like about everything that's happened so far. About Ryo, Shuji, and of course Mew too. I'd have really cared for her, you know? Yeah. Even after he got thrown into this world, his first concern was how to help Mew. Which is pretty incredible if you think about it. I could barely take care of myself. I always admired him for, how should I say it, for not losing sight of what's important. He had an unshakable strength when it came to doing whatever he set his mind to. But now I don't know what we can do, what we can say to him to keep him from destroying the world. Minoru's right. Kaito always was strong. And not just in terms of brawn, there was inner strength to him as well. What could we even say to him that would make him lose his desire to destroy the world? What Minoru just said. I actually think putting your feelings into words like you did just now is perfect. Like, I don't think there's any winning with Kaito. He's so fucking thick-headed when it comes to Mew, and Mew's like, kind of like his voice of reason, and she's gone. Kind of. Like, he didn't even listen to her, really. Really? You think? Kaito has his heart set on this. I doubt anything you come up with off the cuff will be enough to change his mind. Probably our only option is to tell him straight up how we really feel about him. You know, when you put it that way, I think maybe you're right. Man, Kaito can be such a pain in the neck. If only he weren't so stubborn. Even so, even if that's also what makes him so strong. Yeah, Kaito's always been simple and straightforward. Maybe that's why he snapped when he lost someone really important to him. When you think about it like that, maybe being so straightforward isn't a good thing. Anyway, I think I'll think it over. Or I'll think over what I'm going to say to Kaito. I just hope it's enough to get him to think twice about destroying the world. Alright, go straight. Further into the bowels. Should I talk with Saki? Alright. Back. Oh. Deep Woods unlocked. Under the Shrine unlocked. What's in the Deep Woods? Oh, do you get to hit Mega? What's the threshold? Because you're already, like, at 60. 70? Why, you? Was that Minoru just now? Minoru, what's wrong? Huff huff, this thing is tough. Yeah! Minoru, Falcomon, is that? Stay back, Takuma. Minoru? The thing's way stronger than the enemies we usually fight. Hold on, I'll go get Agumon and the others. Yeah, thanks, man. Me and Falcomon will buy some time. Buy you some time. Got it, you better not die on me. By time, you say? A bold declaration under such circumstances. My legs won't stop shaking. Do you think Takuma noticed? Oh ho, it seems you maintained your cover given his response. You think? I can tell. I can't tell. Just feels like I'm playing hero, acting all cool for no reason. I'm just dragging my childish dreams along, that's all. But still, I said I'm gonna do it, so I'm gonna do it. Indeed, let us begin, Minoru. We shall stop the enemy here until the others arrive. Fight time! I can't run away. They wouldn't even give me a chance if I tried. The two of us shall be snuffed out at this pace. At the very least, you should. Hold your tongue, bird brain. You think I can just run off on my own? Damn it, what should we do? There's gotta be something. What would Takuma do in a time like this? Wait, Takuma. No, Takuma ain't here right now. It's just me and Falcomon. I can't rely on him or anyone else. I've gotta get out of this mess by myself. Oh, quite a cool sentiment from you, my boy. Cool, I ain't trying to play the hero or nothing, though. Huh. I guess heroes get in fights with tough foes that look like they'll take them down. But even so, those heroes will joke around to lift their own spirits. Even though there's nowhere to run, if they're cowards or weaklings. Even if there's nowhere to run, if they're cowards or weaklings. All to move forward. Right, I ain't going nowhere, Falcomon. I ain't going nowhere, Falcomon. Maybe I'm not hero material, but when the chips are down, I'll do what I gotta do. That's who I want to be. So I'll grit my teeth and hold my ground. I'll hold back the enemy as long as I can. We can still do this. Still do this. Still fight. I believe in you, Falcomon, and fight on. Precisely, my boy. That is why I know I can trust you to have my back. Minoru, Falcomon, no way, again? Indeed, Minoru. Your strong spirit, I can perceive it clearly. It is time once again to take flight. Whoa. Come on, Warp Digivolve to Phoenixmon. Ooh, you're pretty. Who are you? What, Mon? Varudurumon. Whoa, yeah, now we can actually do this, I think. Don't worry, Minoru, I'll make this quick. Enemy defeated, all annihilated. Start bat. Varudurumon. What do you do? Oh my gosh, that's some nice range. Prevents all stats abnormalities and stat reductions. Oh my god, you have 5 movement? What the fuck? I don't know what that is. It looks like it's almost the same silhouette. So is it just a dark version of this? An evil version, perhaps? Oh wait, I know what I can do. I can talk to you. Varudurumon, we've come this far, so let's take it all the way. Yes, Minoru, I'll go anywhere with you. There we go. Omae wa muderu. See, what is this? Aurora Undulation. It's just a flashbang. Huff, we won. Alright, we did it. Thanks, Varudurumon. We're still alive and kicking thanks to that evolution. You're wrong there, Minoru. It was all the result of your strength of will. Strength of will, he says. I was just putting on a show. You know that, right? And I'm here to tell you that you should be proud of the attempt. Proud of it? What? The hero you speak of is a valiant figure, surely without flaws. Regular people cannot achieve such standards, even so, they can still strive for them. Dreaming, yearning, wishing. Summoning courage when the time is right. Seeing that in you, I am proud to be by your side. Varudurumon. Stand tall and proud, Minoru. You are a fine man. And I am certain you can fly even higher. Together with me, of course. Oh yeah? I'm getting all flushed here. But I feel you, man. Admiring heroes like I always have? Maybe it ain't so bad, huh? Okay, let's do this, Varudurumon. Varu? Indeed, Minoru, let us never cease to seek new heights. Where's that at? That's probably gonna be the only, like, other mega that I get. Oh. Are you... Oh my god. I'm now kind of tight. That's one Digimon I need to get the thing from. Yeah, I just got a second slab. Oh, I guess that just means I can get a Gallantmon. As soon as I figure out where my other Mons are. Sure. Gallantmon. Yukuzo! Shield of the Just. No, you have a line nuke now. Ignore a monster's poor affinity. Also increases attack, special attack, and speed 1 rank. Heretical Holy Knight. Ignore a monster's poor affinity. So, if it's like, in this case, he has like negative 130 dark. If there's an enemy that had like negative dark, it would just ignore that and do regular damage. And the trade-off is bonus attack. It is bonus damage and speed. Whatever. I mean, we did kind of change the status of the world. Oh. That shadow. Why not? Oh hey, it's Phoenixmon. I think? It is. Boymon. Somebody go. Oh good, you approached. Stop. Only I need the movement buff. And I'm now out of tea. Hell Crush. Wait, was I trying to use the wrong ability? No, okay. Okay, they're both just dead. 4,800 damage. 2,800 damage. Oh my god, that was a death cry. Don't you shit asses start turtling. Fuck. Yourself. You're up, Falcomon. Barodurumon. Come on. Hey. Aurora. Undulation.
受けて立つ。来い。何より大切なものを守るために。悪夜も力は満ちました。
Oh, thank you so much for the assist. Why does Aloy have 2 branching paths? I guess why does Labramon have 2 branching paths? You got Crusher. Yeah, might as well just go for that. Oh wait, but the other one does just give me an attack buff. What range is your attack? It's melee. Oh. The game is taking the piss now. I spent so much time looking for those, and now I just got 2 of them for free. With like no effort. Get a crit. Aww. Also, if somebody to help, that would have worked too. I think Tsukiyama can get the other one. Well, piss. Can't really do much. Yeah, I can buff your movement, so that way you can just get up there. Might actually be able to hit both of them. There we go. There we go. Interesting play. You have exposed your back to me. You're going to die now. Gut Crusher. I didn't actually see how much damage it was going to do. I just kind of assumed enough. And what do we have here? Boost seeds. Oh, there's more. See, more boost bushel. Inner shrine. This is where Minoru was, right? No. Now then, what to do? I have a feeling I missed the story bits, but I have zero idea where they could possibly be. My sweet noise this shit so much. And I talk with Saki. Barbara. Why do you think Kaito was so concerned about Mew anyway? Because she was his sister. But didn't the way he looked after her seem a little excessive for that? I mean, sure, Mew did make herself queen, which was a crazy thing to do. But from talking to her, anyone can see she's actually pretty well put together. That's true, Mew didn't seem senseless enough. And ran straight into the fog and died. Mew didn't seem senseless enough for Kaito to be so worried about her. I know, right? Not that I need to know why Kaito was so overprotective of her. After all, there are some things people don't want to share with anyone. I just wish he hadn't gotten so worked up about her that he wound up the way he did. If only he had learned to rely on others instead of putting everything on himself. I couldn't agree more. Kaito never said anything to us. He never talked about his pain. He never talked about his pain, never asked for help. It sounds like Saki didn't want him keeping that all bottled up inside. If Kaito was right here right now, what would you say to him? What would you want to tell him? That's a good question. I don't think I've ever put it into words before. But I don't want Kaito to keep suffering through this all on his own either. What would be the best way to get that across to Kaito? I agree with you. Who am I agreeing with? He's not alone. I'm gonna go with that. I tell him he's not alone, that he has friends. I really feel the same way you do. I wish he relied on us more. The problem is, Kaito needs to want to rely on us first. So I want to encourage him to share the load he's carrying, even now. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. Anyway, Kaito's really sweet, so I'm sure you'll get what you're trying to say. You think Kaito's sweet? Of course. He can be kind of brash, so maybe it's hard to see it. But he'd always say what nobody else wanted to say, stand out from whenever we talked with an enemy. Oh, stand out front whenever we talked to an enemy. And I feel like he looked out for all of us, not just Mew. Yeah, you're right. He may not have put it into words, but he really was very thoughtful. Come on, let's go. Yeah, sure. I'm sure Kaito is down there somewhere. We just need to hurry up and find him. I had to get forward. Go straight. I don't believe this. Renamon, is something wrong? Door to the next level, it's open. Looks, yeah. Or rather, it's been destroyed. Huh? What are you talking about? This door is normally locked shut. You need a key to open the way to the lowest level. But it looks like it's been forced open. Wait, so you're saying Bolt Baltamon tore this thing open? How much strength must it have taken to tear through this massive door? I think they are grossly underestimating how powerful Digimon are. Or maybe I'm just dumb and don't know how strong they are. They just walk into buildings and just break them. How much strength it must have taken to tear through this massive door. Ellipses. Everybody's trying not to look at the broken door. and I know all too well why that is. After seeing the aftermath of such a destruction shows the power of the threat we're facing. If we're all scared right now, forcing ourselves to move forward isn't a good idea, and I could use some time to calm down myself. Maybe we should take a break. I know we can spend some time looking at the murals. We don't know much about these. Oh. I'm going to examine the one that doesn't. There are depictions of things resembling animals here, too. Oh, okay. Professor, last time I came here, you said you hadn't finished investigating, but have you found out anything else? No, I'm afraid I wasn't able to make any new discoveries concerning these murals. As I said before, it seems some immense power brought tragedy to a great many, though I can't get any more than that from this mural. What about this one? Wasn't it humans and Kimonogami suffering? No, something about 4 godlike beings. Yes, the 4 godlike beings from ancient legends. This mural includes aspects of them. And the composition still bothers me. Heaven is traditionally above and hell below. No, I'm afraid I can't offer any interpretation of this mural either. I remain curious, but we don't have the time to stop and try to interpret them now. Regretfully, I believe we should move ahead. Right. Is everyone ready to move on now? Feeling good? Feeling up to going forward, are we? Honestly, I'm pretty scared. There's no guarantee we'll make it out okay. But we can't just leave Kaito like this. So I can't afford to give in to my fears. That's the spirit. Don't worry, I'll keep everyone safe. Lappermon, could you please not steal my thunder? I intend to protect everyone too. Our foes are fierce. We must be vigilant and neither shirk back nor stop from fear. Shrink, not shirk. Isn't that right, Minoru? Right. In fact, I'll lead the charge. Ah, that's quite reassuring. Tell me. Wait, shit. I just saw the word tell in me. I just read it completely wrong and backwards. Let me tell you, I'm sure you're all right to move forward, I'm sure you're all right to move forward, hoping to talk with Kaito. Likely it will come to a fight, but I would encourage you to keep trying to reach him. Good, it looks like everyone's ready to get going again. If Kaito will listen to us, we could even go back to supporting one another like before. I'm sure that's how it'll go. I think not how it'll go. I'm sure that's how it'll go. I need to believe that and move forward without fear. Okay, so some positive thinking. Alright. Save. Go straight. Oh, Takuma, the walls in here have lots of drawings too. Yeah, they do. And there's another huge mural covering the whole wall. I do have the sounds on, right? Yeah, okay, the voices are back on. Incredible! This mural is like nothing else I've ever seen. Yeah, that's what's there. Fuck it. I guess there was 8 of us. Wah wah. We're down to what, 4? Yeah. 5 if you count Kaito. It appears to be betraying the link between humans and Kimonogami. They're bound together by what looks like a string. Might this be meant to explain that humans and Kimonogami were once much closer? No. Shit, I spilled water on myself. I missed my mouth. No, if that were all, surely the other murals would suffice. But then, what's this expressing? In the center of the body, is that meant to be the heart? Or perhaps the soul? Soul? What do you mean? It's an even more fundamental part of one's being than the heart. The essence of one's self. Humans have referred to this concept as the soul since ancient times. Takuma, Agumon, surely you two have also felt a connection on that level. One that goes beyond trust or affection, as if you were truly inextricably linked together. Oh yeah, I know that feeling. That's how I know Takuma is my fated child. Yes, of course. It just sounds so dismissive. I've felt that way myself. We humans and certain Kimonogami are each bound to a specific individual. There we go. Someone with whom they feel they belong, as if they were two halves of the same soul. So, you're like the other half of my soul? Yeah, it's actually a little less embarrassing to talk about. No, wait. It's actually a little embarrassing to talk about. Dracmon must have been like that for Kaito. I wonder what it feels like for him to have half his soul fused with Piedmon. Hey, don't get so down, Aoi. Remember, it's because Kaito's on the verge of making a huge mistake that we gotta remind him of what's right. I couldn't agree more. Alpha Beltamon is Dracmon. Which means if we can change Kaito's mind, we can stop him from destroying the world. This passage leads to the lowest level, where Miyuki and the Master are waiting. I hope you're all ready for this. You bet we are. Let's go save Kaito and Miyuki. It all comes down to this. We've got to find a way to reach Kaito and Miyuki. We are both prepared to fight as well. However hard things get, we'll triumph in the end. We have to. I've seen enough suffering. We don't need any more. We don't need more. Let's all make it out of this together. Every last one of us. I'm sure we can find a way for this to end well. Let's trust in that as we move forward. Okay, everyone, follow me. Wall. Mural is quite impressive, but this is most fascinating. Could this be the sky and the clouds? Oh no, perhaps it's a more fundamental phenomenon. That looks like the sun. The sun! Yes, so this is lucky. In which case, this mural is likely depicting the creation of the world. If that's true, then it probably means the two worlds were once one. The worlds used to be one. Yes, in murals such as this, an image of the sun often relates to the world's creation. What's more, by referencing this mural, we may also better understand the one on the left. Do you see how humans and Kimonogami are shown coexisting within the same circle? Yes. That must be to show that humans and Kimonogami once lived in the same world. Furthermore, as I mentioned earlier, we see each bound to the other by a kind of string. That's what Agumon called it, though. He didn't say that. Once the world was one, humans and monsters shared a soul. If such was a harmonious ideal, which half was responsible for its downfall? No, that's hardly worth asking. The human form is too frail for power of a god. Lol. Professor. Oh, sorry, don't mind me. I'm afraid I got caught up in my own speculation. Unfortunately, I can't offer any further interpretation at this point. Let's move on. Okay, we'll save again. Go straight. Hey Takuma, I can talk to you. Can I talk with you about one last thing? Sure, what is it? I've been thinking about what to say to Kaito since the professor told us about the fusion. Only I can't seem to come up with anything, and I end up focusing on my regrets instead. I just can't help feeling like there was more I could have done for Kaito. Like, even after we lost Mew, I could have been there for him more than I was. I keep thinking of all these things I should have done. It's all that on it's all that's on my mind. Even though I know it's pointless to dwell on what's in the past. Is it really pointless though? I feel like that's not true. Regrets can be painful, but there must be some way I can put them to good use. They can shape the future. Well, you can't help how you feel, but you can use your regrets to shape the future. Nobody gets everything right on the first try, and that's why it's so important to reflect. I'm sure that next time you'll know enough to make the right choice. Yeah, Affinity Get. That's very kind of you to say. You're right, and you're right. I should try to learn from my regrets. You know, I think talking with you about this has made me realize something. Maybe things turned out like this for Kaito because he tried not to have any regrets. What do you mean? Well, take Mew. He was always overprotective of her, no matter how much she hated it. And it takes strength to believe what you did was right despite what others think. Well, it feels like it's a kind of strength. Well, it feels like it's a kind of strength. The strength of a fragile heart. Because once you realize you were wrong about something, it's going to hurt that much more. That's a good point. You know, I've always thought of Kaito as confident and strong, but looked at another way, maybe he had his own weakness. That... Yeep? What happened? What was that sound? Oh, my phone went off. Apparently I got a text. Huh? Is it legible? Hey, what's the big deal? It's just another one of those garbled messages, right? Actually, no. I mean, parts of it are still garbled, but I can read some of it. Wait, really? Can I see? Sure, here. I can't read that. Something about being worried for Aoi. Oh. I'm curious. Will this work? And camera. Hmm. 16. Somehow I don't think that's right. I am aiming at it. Dumb. Whatever. Rip that. Hmm. I feel like this is probably from one of my parents. It makes no sense. How is there reception so far underground? Why is the text readable? Maybe I'd better ask the others to see if anyone else got a message. Shrine lowest level unlocked. Path to the depths unlocked. Free bat unlocked. I have to do this. What is this? What Digimon are you? Digimon Ultimate. Oh my god, there's quite a number of them. I'm like holding back a sneeze. It's kind of painful. but you, I guess. Watch him just be like really fast for no reason. Stop. Oh, I don't like that. Yes. Oh wait, but if we get hit again, I'll get confusion. We're good. Let's see, let's try and talk to one of them. Do you like the moon? The sight of a full moon is so heartwarming, don't you think? Eat cheese. Sometimes I dream about cheese. It makes me feel alive. Well, that's not right. Did this bird just hiss at me? You a goose? It's hard to believe there are monsters out there that coexist with humans. Friends help friends. Yeah. Here's my favorite expression. Two birds with one stone. Oh well. Which one did I upset? Aha, there we go. Double hit. Hello, hello, Hoodie. Welcome. I just killed some bush penguin things. I failed talking to one of them. So they kind of had it coming. Also, dinner has become more dinner. How are you doing? Those are musicians. Those physicians will waver for a little more than words do not amount to much. Never happened to me. Hey, we got one. Inferior creature, surrender and you may live. How about you give up? How about you give up? Ooh, okay, shit. No, it's just Mega Dinner. Because that's the evolution stage. There's no such thing. I don't know how to... I tried agreeing with it before and that didn't work. Ine. Aww. Well, I can still talk to like 3 more of them, so. Oh yeah, that's right. And got a very good commission back. Right? Ooh. Okay, you can hit one of them.
混合界マンダラ
As in, you had a commission, or you commissioned somebody and then they just delivered today? Next. Survival of the fittest? Fuck. Power? Fear. Ugh. Whatever. Stupid bird. The crown. I'm gonna become dinner for the dog owl.
これならば
Can I attack the wall? No, I cannot. I don't think I can attack that low is the thing. I think that's too high. Oh wait, can I do this maybe? I don't think this is going to work. Fuck. Right. Round 7 of talking to birds. The green beings can't be understood by others, but that doesn't mean I am lonely or anything. Ah, you feel alone? Look on with pity. Fuck. Objective returned. Wait, he liked the power one? Talent? Aha! Okay. Friends help friends. I think they like that one. No, fuck. God damn it. I can't remember which ones I did successfully. I think it was Survival of the Fittest, wasn't it? Not very grouped. They haven't grouped very well. Goodbye, penguin. Penguin. Let's see, there's one left that I haven't pissed off. No. Way to survive? God damn it. This one was Survival of the Fittest. Fuck! God! Ass. I need more Gane here to tell me what their mood is. God, that made it so much easier to talk to things. I didn't realize how much of a pain this was just to do these blind. Render's an option. Okay. Like, half the time you go along with it and the other half you don't. This is what it felt like. Right. You know, you're just chilling out over here. Might as well do this. Rare. I don't think I can hit that corner. Oh, there's a bird right there. I don't have the ability to freeze anymore. Can I attack down? No. If I go here, though, hopefully I won't get clipped at the corner. I have lost Freezermon. That's so goofy, though. Talk to a chunk of ice and like, ah, yes, I'll be your friend. These are geese.
さあ行くわよ。続けていかせてもらう。混合会マンダラ。
Right. I think we just have to hope they're extroverts and want to be our friends. It's such a goofy stereotype. Where it's like, the only way for introverts to make friends is to just make friends with an extrovert that just comes along randomly. Kind of funny. Because it's kind of accurate. There's like a modicum of truth there.
初めから勝敗は決まっていた。
Granted, being introverted and being shy are two different things. They typically go hand in hand, but... Okay. Oh hey, it's my Digimon. Let's see. My high school friends I'm still friends with, I think we're like friends by proximity. We had the same history class, and then the next class we had was like geometry or something, and he just like copied my homework basically. I made friends by letting him copy my homework. But it worked. Also, yeah, I discovered that at the FurCon. Or wait, no, it's not even the FurCon. Oh wait, this is Cherubimon. No, I think it's just like through talking with people on like Discord and such. Like, it's significantly easier to talk to an extrovert. At least I'm assuming they are, because they will like kind of carry the conversation. And I experienced it a little bit at the con. And so I can like sit there and be... No, what's the word? Attentive. And then just like they just do all the conversation work. What should I do with these two? Wall. Missing path runs through the walls and almost seems to pulse. It's incredibly unnerving. How you doing, Saki? Hey, check it out, I got a text too. Let's see, the part I can read is asking if I'm okay and taking my medicine. Well, it's clear someone's concerned about you. It's hard to make out the details. Sure, I guess. Boy, I don't remember hearing your phone go off. As soon as I put it on silent. Wait, that's a good idea. Everyone silence your phones, so the alerts don't surprise us. Oh, right, okay. Done. Sorry to scare you, everyone. I've just set mine to silent too. Thanks. Guess we're ready to go then. Let's head straight for the master. And then sometimes you're just in a room of people who are all talking to one another, not acknowledging you, and you just kind of feel awful. Totally didn't happen to me at the con. Totally didn't happen. So I just checked to see if I had any messages. Turns out I got nothing. Go figure. Peter says that like he doesn't care, but he looks a little disappointed. Hey, I could send you a text once we make it back out of here. All good that'll do. What I want is a message from someone in our world now. Yeah, I figured. But look, I don't know why we're getting texts now, or why they're less garbled. But I'm sure everyone's waiting for you. I'll bet you get a bunch of texts all at once. Hey, I appreciate you cheering me up and all. But it's kind of making me feel even more alone. But no way. You're so good with people, I bet you've got tons of friends. Seriously, give it a rest. The more you talk about it, the worse I feel. Man, this sucks. Oof. Yeah, but then, like, when you're at, like, kind of a small party, that's just super awkward, isn't it? Look, what is this? Hold on. Why aren't there... Yes, there are no voices here. What the hell happened here? Are these enemies? They've been beaten to a pulp. Likely the Master's Kinzoku. Since we can still see them, they must be recently slain. And Kaito did all this on his own. That guy is something else. Wait, who's that lying in the pile of Kinzoku corpses? Miyuki. Hang in there, Miyuki. Miyuki. That's alright, it seems she's simply unconscious. And she's still alive? Oh, I was so worried. Yes, I can feel a pulse. And her continued existence means she must be alive. uh, I kinda did that a little bit. Though I don't, like, actively promote it. It's more like somebody will ask me, oh, what do you do in your spare time? Or something generic like that, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I do this sometimes. Just be modest about it. I don't know, there's just something, like, about being in a room of, like, you and, like, 5 other people or so. Like literally a small group. Everybody else is talking, having fun, you're just kind of there in the corner observing. It's just... It's less awkward and just makes me think more like, why am I even here? They're having fun without me. I'm not needed here. I'd probably be having more fun by myself. It was just awkward. Still, it's strange. How is it she's separate from the Master? Could it be because of something Kaito did? What do you draw? I draw. Ah, that's your answer for non-furries, isn't it? Bingo! I was able to pull her right out of the Master thanks to Bolt Baltamon. Kaito? I really did plan on killing her, but I changed my mind. What made you do that? Now that's a good question. See, I don't have anything against Miyuki, though I did pay her back for attacking us. Well, that's a relief. We've avoided the worst case scenario. Miyuki's safe, and if we can talk some sense into Kaito, maybe there's hope for us yet. Kaito, won't you please stop? Miyuki's safe now, that means we can all go back. There's no need to destroy the world. Can't we work together like we did before and go home? Go home? What's the point in going home? Not like Mew's going to be there. Nothing will ever be like it was before, so I'm going to destroy it all. What's even the point of that? You'd be destroying your own world, too. And not just that, anywhere you ever had any memories with Mew. The everyday happiness you could have with someone, your own desire to live, you'd be bringing an end to all of it. So what? You wouldn't have any part of it anyway. Right. Oh. That kind of makes sense. I mean, but you're not exclusively an SFW artist, though, right? Well, you see, the thing is, I was with a group of friends, and that's what happened to me. It was so sad. I mean, to be fair, they weren't my friends. They were Robert's friends, but even still, it was really... It made me feel awful. I didn't like it. I enjoyed their company, and they're great to talk to. But I couldn't keep up with them. And it just made me feel awkward and awful. I draw more recognizable characters. Yeah, you could just say you're a furry character artist. There you go. Keep talking that way and I might just finish you off first. Honey? Hehehe. I mean... Definitely feel like it's a both ways kind of thing, because it's a communication thing. Communication requires effort on both ends. I didn't make the effort, I didn't make an effort, and they didn't make an effort, so it's just a failure on both sides. So... maybe that's just my copium, I don't know. Don't you talk to me like you know anything about the memories I have of Mew. We should have been able to make a whole lot more. And who do you think stole that from me? Who is it that robbed Mew of her happiness? That coward of a master, hiding down here this whole time, in both this world and ours, making her life so hard. Well, now it's time for some payback. I'll tear everything down with my own two hands. No, Kaito. I still feel the same way I did last time we met. Mew wouldn't want this. I never did like that self-righteous attitude of yours. When have I been self-righteous? True. Though, for some reason, it doesn't seem like there are too many fur cons in, like, the fall and winter. So, I guess the next con will just be next year. Unless I'm just dumb and there's a ton. But it seems like all of the big ones happen in, like, the spring and summer. And don't you use Mew's name so lightly. You may as well be another enemy who let her die. Yes, you're all enemies, every last one of you. I'm gonna crush you here and now. Go, Bolt Baltimon, and kill them all. As you wish, Kaito. Here we go, brace yourselves, everyone. You all failed Mew, all of you. Out of my sight. Hands. I get two. Okay. Alright, good. Can we actually kill him? Where are you, Agumon? No, you're out of range. Back. Oh well. Oh, thank you. Oh wait, I can just hit you from here, can't I? Almost. Just have to move up like 2. Yes, we're resistant to dark. Will still give me a damage boost. Oh yeah. I should have done this first, but oh well. Do your best, Dino Rexmon. wield them somehow. Ooh, nice.
俺が行こう。
Ikai.
絶対に勝つんだ。バロドゥルモン。覚悟はいいか。
Birdmon. Ah,
助けが必要なの。
yes.
アンジェレーション。
私の番ね。もっと守れる力を。
ケルベロのこれならば。
Oh, really? I did go to the one in Europe. Or the one in Europe.
これで追い詰めるぞ。
待ってました。私の力はこんなもんじゃない。もう。
どう動くべきか。
Ah! Why does he sound like that? Ha! Nice. Vicious Waltz. Oh, that wasn't bad at all.
私がやろう。
I was expecting that to be a lot worse. Umaira, I'm behind you. Oh, you...
アンジェレーション。
Ow! Come here, Fig. But you're crying. You're okay. I don't think you're in range. Hi. How you doing? Nordic Furcon and 3 Blacklay are some other notable ones. I'm in the wrong lane. River of Power. Hi. Like, don't you dare shove your head in my glass. That is my water. You can't have it. You have your own. I pick up my cat, and the first thing she does is, like, look at my water glass.
私が動こう。
33% chance to hit? Are you kidding me?
これで追い詰めるぞ。
No, at the very least, it's surrounded.
番が来たんだね。
Oh my god, 15%. Hey, got the 15%. She has her own.
動くべきか。
Giga Crusher. Goodbye.
私の力も使うんだ。
The assist for good measure. Let's see. Can I actually, A brother unredeemed. I don't like the name of that achievement. Now, wait, I think I asked this already. Euro, for instance, is the just straight up the biggest furry con, isn't it? Not just like Europe, it's just the biggest, right?
But バカな。
It can't be. In my best impression.
やったやったくま。
Huff Huff. We did it, Takuma.
僕たちの勝ちだ。
Yeah, we won.
なんでだ。ボルトバウタモンがドラクモンを差し出してまで得た力が。
Why? I gave up Drakbun to both Baltamon to gain that power, and it still wasn't enough.
俺はただミュウを守れる力が欲しかったんだ。
And Anthrocon, I think, is relatively close to me.
どうして。
Is it? Where is Anthrocon? In before it's in, like, California. Is it Georgia? That's not that close. I think it was 3.6 K people? Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's the state over. This would be a long drive. Man, it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I shouldn't call it that. I don't actually know the state of Pittsburgh. But I am aware that my dad, who's a Bengals fan, they played the Steelers once, and they took out the quarterback or something, completely like put him out of like the game for his life or something because they like destroyed him. And I just remember him throwing around the Pittsburgh Steelers because he was really upset with them. That's like on the southwest end of the state, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that is pretty close to Ohio. I mean, I think that's just sports in a, like, maybe American sports in a nutshell. Oh. Wait, you'll be attending Anthrocon or FWA? I only wanted to be strong enough to protect Mew, that's all. Why has it come to this?
ことは変えられない。過ぎたことは取り返せない。
You can't change what you've done. What's past is past.
でも、僕たちは生きてる。世界もまだ壊されてなんかない。
But we're still alive. The world hasn't been
大
destroyed
丈夫
yet.
だよ、カイト。カイトはもう一度前に進むことだってできるはず。
It's okay, Kaito. I know you'll find a way to move forward again.
もう一度。
Move forward again?
本当にミユちゃんのためを思うなら、ミ
What?
ユちゃんの残したものを守りましょうよ。
If you really want to honor Mew, you should protect what she has left
遊
behind.
園地のみんなやジジモンさん、ミユちゃんが守ろうとしていた子たちを。
Keep Digimon and everyone from the amusement park safe. The ones she wanted to save.
そうか。そうだった。
Yeah, that's how she died, remember?
ミュウはあいつらを助けようとしてた。
What? You still have like an hour. Okay, you have like 40 minutes. The hell was that? What fell off of my desk? Quit using your psychic powers, Fig. Yes, that's right. You tried to save them.
ちゃんと望みを行動で示してたんだ。俺はそれすら滅ぼそうと。
Her actions made it clear that's what she wished. Her actions made it clear that that's what she wished. But I would have destroyed
一
that.
番近くでミュウを見ていたはずなのに、俺は
Hey, he
ミュウ
realized
の
this
望
for the
みすら
second
分からな
time.
くなってたのか。
I thought I was watching her closer than anyone, but I failed to see what she wanted.
感情に振り回されて周りが見えなくなるなんてみんなにあることでしょ。
Hey, everyone gets worked up sometimes. They miss what's right in front of them.
私たちだってやったもん。ねえ、ミノル。
It happened to us too, right, Minoru?
いや、まあやったけどさ、それここで蒸し返すか？
Right, right, yeah, sure. I know what you mean, but do you have to bring that up now?
そうだ。ミノルが俺たちへの恐怖でわめき散らした時だって。
Looks like Falcomon still has an axe to grind. Ah yes, there was that time Minoru was so fearful of us that he started ranting
み
and
んなはミ
raving.
ノルを見捨てなかった。カイトもまた同じだ。
Still, we did not turn our backs on Minoru. You are much the same, Kaito.
さっきだって私を見て悲鳴を上げたのに、今はすっかり仲良しだし。
Saki cried out in fear when she first saw me too, and now we're best friends.
そういうこと。
That's just how it is.
カイトは仲間だよ。だから自分から一人にならないでよ。
Kaito, you're our friend, so don't go and act like you're on your own.
だが、俺は世界すらも滅ぼそうとしたんだぞ。
But I tried to destroy the entire world.
次にまた同じことをしたら僕たちが殴って止めるよ。
And if you ever try it again, we'll be sure to knock some sense into you.
そんな。なんでそんな風に言うんだよ。仲間。
But,
こんな道を外れた俺が。
but how can you just brush that off? You really want me as a friend after everything?
カイトは僕たちの
We do.
仲間なんだ。
You're one of us, Kaito.
俺はやり直してもいいのか。
If you want to go to Anthro, Ohio, I might be able to help out with that. Though I don't actually know where that is. I'm assuming that's just in Columbus. You really think I deserve a second
も
chance?
ちろんだよ。その力を今度は守るため
But
に
also
使
that
う
would
ん
be
だ。
quite the hike. Of course you do. Use your power to protect things this time, not destroy them.
守るために。
To protect things.
さあ行こう。次は主をどうにかして元の世界へ戻らなきゃ。
Now come on, we still need to do something about the master and get back home. Hee 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 hee.
どうしたボルトバウトも。
What about him?
やり直すだの前に進むだの甘いんですよ。
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing that I learned at Euroference is like there's a lot that I would probably do if I like
てめえ
had like a
突然何を言っ
suit
て
or a partial or something. Like for instance, there was like they called it furioki. Just they had like a karaoke night. It's like I was walking by and like, yeah, if I was in a suit or something, I would totally do that. I'm not doing that as myself right now, though. So like, I think this is just a different tangent to what you were saying, but it was just something that it just reminded me of that. Listen to you going on about second chances, about moving forward. You're such fools. What's gotten into you all of a...
てめ
待ってカイト
Kaito, stop.
あいつ今までと全然違うわ
He's
気が変わった
he's changed. He's nothing like he was before.
気づいたか。だが少し
No, does
遅か
Kaito
った
die
よ
now?
うだな。
Hold on, did you? Well, I'm afraid you're a little too late.
スキアリ
Gotcha. Don't eat paper. Wow. Old Baltamon yanked Miyuki right out of Renamon's hand, capturing her for himself.
ルナモン
私はいいみゆきが
Forget about me, save Miyuki.
やめろボルトバウタモン俺はそんなこと指示してねえぞ
Both Baltamon, stop. I never told you to do that.
おや世界を破壊しろと命じたのはあなたではありませんかカイト。
I think for me, there's just like the level of anonymity to it. Like people see the mask, not the person underneath. So I can like kind of yeah, that too. Money problems. And if I did get a suit, I would probably at the very least start with a partial. Just because there's like less commitment to it. Kigurumi. What is a Kigurumi? Fuck. Kigurumi. What's that? Oh, it's just a onesie. Oh. Is it a cat? Oh, but aren't you the one who told me to destroy the world,
そ
Kaito?
の命令はもういいだからみゆきを離せ
I don't care about that anymore. Now let go of Miyuki.
ダメよそいつはさっきまでのボルトバウタモンじゃない
Big onesie. I actually think one of Robert's friends had one. It was a cat. They just like put it on at some point. It's not going to work. Bold Beltamon has
さっき
changed.
までそいつにあったドラクモンに似た空気それが今完全に消え失せている
He had the feel of Drachmon about him before, but that is now gone.
なんだってじゃあまさか今
What?
喋ってるてめえは
That would mean we're really talking to.
今さら気がついたのですかカイト。
Ah, I see you finally realize what happened,
あ
Kaito.
なたの復讐の意志、破壊願望、融合に用いられたその感情が尽きたとき、
It was your wish for revenge, your desire for destruction that powered this
ボル
fusion.
ト・バウタモンとあなたの絆のつながりは消え、
Once those emotions faded from within you, your bond with Bold Baltamon was
融
lost.
合したもう一人、この私、ピエモンの意志が復活する。
And now it is I, Piedmon, the other member of this fusion, whose will is ascended.
まさかてめえ最初からそれを狙って
You bastard. Was this your plan from the start?
私としては、あなたが二つの世界を滅ぼしてくれさえすれば、それでもよかったんですがね。
Oh, had you actually brought an end to both worlds, that would have suited me just
結
fine.
局あなたには世界を滅ぼすほどの器はなかった。
But it turns out,
残念です
but it
実
turns,
に残念です
but it turns out you just didn't have it in you. A shame, a real shame.
だがあなたが
However,
融合の際に抱いた感情すべてを焦がす復讐の炎はまだ私の中に生きている
the all-consuming fire of revenge, which you felt in our fusion, still burns within me.
私があなたになり変わり主と二つの世界を滅ぼして差し上げましょう
So I will do what you could not and destroy both the master and the world and the two worlds for
そ
you.
のためにみゆきを利用するつもりかね。
And you intend to use Miyuki for that purpose.
やめろみゆきを主から切り
Why
離したの
so
はお前
hard?
だろ
Let her go. Didn't you take her from the master to begin
なぜ
with?
わざわざみゆきを再び危険にさらす必要がある
Why put her in danger again?
それはもちろん主ではなく私がこの娘を取り込み力を得るためですよ
Isn't it obvious? So that I can take her power and gain so I can take her in and gain her power instead of the master.
そんなやめ
Now he's possessing her? What? No, stop.
あなたは確かこの娘と運命の絆で結ばれていました、
Shine.
つまり
Now, as I recall, you were bound to this girl by fate, were you not? In which
この
case,
娘を私が取り込み消してしまえばあなたも消え去ることになる
once I take her in and she is no more, that will be the end of you as well.
待てやめろ
Wait, no!
私のことなどどうでもいい頼むからみゆきを離してくれ
I don't care what happens to me. Please, just let Miyuki
あ
go.
あなんて悲劇だかわいそうにせめてもの手向けとしてさ
Ah,
っさと消してあげましょう
ah, how tragic. Really, it's heartbreaking. The least I could do is end this quickly. Digimon.
みゆき
Get him, old man.
背後に回り込んでいたとは
Chill out. You got 20 more minutes, okay? Hmm. How dare you sneak up behind me?
あなたもかカイト
You too, Kaito.
たとえ意識が消えたとしてもてめえの半分はドラクモンだろ
Yo. Hmm. He may not be awake right now, but half of you is
あい
Dracmon.
つをこれ以上俺の選んだ間違いに付き合わせてたまるか
And I'm not letting you force him to go along with my mistake
さ
anymore.
あみゆき私たちが抑えているうちに君は逃げ
And they're launched back. Miyuki, now run while we hold him.
あははははとんだ茶番もあったものです
I think it was less beating ass and more just holding it. I should have thought that one through. Because I just kind of imagine he ran up and just like held him in place. Not really like fighting him. Hee ah, my, what a farce.
何
Nani?
これは
What's happening?
体がボルトバウタモンに吸い込まれていく
I'm being pulled into both Baltamon.
標準カイト
Professor, Kaito!
愚かな巫女ごと私と融合し世界の終わりを見るがいい
No, wait. Fools, fuse with me along with the maiden and witness the destruction of both worlds.
カイトくんダメよ葵あなたまでボルトバウタモンに吸い込まれる
Oh wait, no. You'll just get pulled in too.
そんなこと言ったってカイトくんが
But if we don't do something, we're going to lose Kaito.
来るんじゃねえ
Stay back. What?
たくまみんな悪い
Oh.
あと頼む
Well, at least we got him back for a little while. Takuma, everyone, I'm sorry. But you got this.
仲間っての案外悪くなかった
You know, being friends wasn't so bad. Oof!
ああカイトが教授がみゆきちゃんが
Well, if Miyuki's gone, I don't think they're gone for good then. Otherwise, they are just going to be stuck here, which I guess that could just be an ending, I guess. This game isn't, like, happy-go-lucky. It could very well just be like, ah, you're stuck, idiot. Don't be burger-shaped. Oh no, Kaito, Professor, Miyuki.
3人とも取り込まれてしまった
They've all been taken in.
ことはまさか
Which means, no, it can't be. Oh, yeah, no, they're just straight dead. Oh. Same.
レナモンの変身が解けた。それにこの苦しみを
Digimon has reverted to their original form, and they're in such pain. Just like with Kunemon, Lotmon, and Shakomon. They're disappearing into the light.
みゆきみゆき
It also means the professor is dead, but they didn't give a piss about him. Miyuki, I'm sorry. We couldn't protect. Hey, maybe they are dead. So maybe it is just be like, ah, you're stuck.
レナモン
待てよレナモンが消えたってことはつまりみゆきはもう
Wait, if Renamon's disappeared, then that means Miyuki.
みゆきちゃんだけじゃない同じように取り込まれた教授やカイトも
It's not just Miyuki, the professor and Kaito got taken too.
この世からいなくなってしまった
Does that mean they're all dead?
そんなことって
No, this can't be happening.
あはははははこれで究極の力と
And before the master just was like,
全
yoink.
てが我が物となった
Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Now I have ultimate power. And the power of the maiden. I am
さ
supreme.
あ主よ今すぐあなたのところへ参ります
Prepare yourself, master. For soon you will face
身
me.
にくすぶる世界への恨みを糧に何にもなせない無力なあなたを私が下してやりましょう
Fueled by my hatred for this world burning within me, I will end your futile existence. Teleport.
しまった
Well, he's gone.
俺たちのことなんかどうでもいいって感じだったな
He didn't seem to care about us at all. Minoru's voice is trembling. It's not just Minoru, but it's not just Minoru. That was a pretty big shock for us all. Not only did we not save Miyuki and Kaito, we lost Renamon and the professor too. I can feel my heart sinking towards some black abyss, and my whole body feels heavy. But despite that, I know we can't stop here. There's still something we need to
ブルト
do.
バウタモンを追いかけよう
We need to follow both Baltamon.
正気かタクマ
Takuma, can you really mean that?
正気だよだってこのままじゃいられない
I can, and I do. I just can't let it end like
ボル
this.
トバウタモンが主に戦いを挑んでたとえどっちが勝ったとしても
Well, Baltamon's going to take on the Master, but no matter who wins,
私たちの世界めちゃくちゃにされちゃうかもしれないんだよね。
Biggie, are you dead? No, okay. The cat's just laying there. How do you feel about this trauma, Agumon? I'll protect you. That is so true. That is very accurate. The cat's just laying on her side. She looked like roadkill. I was worried for a moment. But she is moving around. Either way, it could mean terrible things for our world.
だから怖くても悲しくても立たなきゃダメだ。
Exactly. So no matter how scared or sad we might be, we need to get back on our feet. Maybe what I'm saying is wishful thinking. Maybe I'm putting everyone in danger. But I don't want to give up. I don't want all those sacrifices to have been in vain.
そうよ、世界を助けなきゃ。
You're right. We need to save this world.
カイト君も
Oh,
教授も
cute now.
ハル君もみゆきちゃんももういない。
It's also just a trap. Kaito and the professor, Haru and Miyuki, they're all gone now.
だからこそ私たちにしか2つの世界を救うことはできないの。
But that just means it all comes down to us.
もし勝ったとしても僕たちの世界には帰れないかもしれない。
Even if we win, we may not be able to go
み
home.
ゆきちゃんがいなくなってしまったから。
You mean because we lost Miyuki?
それにあいつを倒してもその次にはきっと主との戦いが待ってる。
Yeah, and even if we defeat both Baltimon, we'll have to take on the Master after that.
正直厳しい戦いになると思う。また誰かを失う可能性だってある。
I'm not gonna lie, we're in for some tough fights. It may mean losing more of
で
us.
も何もしなければ僕たちは生きる世界を失ってしまう。
But if we don't do anything, we won't have any world left to live
だ
in.
から僕は行くよ。
So I'm
みん
going.
なはどうする？
What do you say?
俺も行く。
I'm going too.
ミノル、もう逃げられないんだったらやるしかねえからな。
Hey, we have the discount. Was it Hopes and Dreams? From that one game a lot of people like, Undertale? There's nowhere left to run. This is our only option. I'm going to give this all I got.
私も行くわ。
Hopes and me?
私も戦う。
I don't really think that's applicable, but that kind of, like, fits as, like, a shitty spin-off title. I'm going to. Yes, I will fight by your side.
私もだって私行きたいし。
Me too. After all, I don't want to
それ
die.
にここにいるみんなにも元の世界の人にももう
And I,
こんな辛い思いさせたくないもん。
and I don't want anyone to have to go through this again.
そうよサキ。とにかく前に進まなきゃ。
You said it, Saki. We need to keep going.
行くと決めたなら共に行こう。ミノルの行く道は俺が守る。
If that is what we're doing, I will go as well. I will watch over Minoru's every step.
私が葵の助けになるわ。だからみんなで世界を救いましょう。
Now look out for Aoi. She's all. So let's all go save the world.
もちろん僕も行くよ。最後までタクマと一緒だ。
Yeah, you know I'm going too. I'm sticking with Takuma right to the end.
アグモン、
And I
一
want
緒に
to,
来てほしい。
I want you to be there with me, Agumon.
僕たちは運命で結ばれた大事なパートナーだからさ。
After all, you're my partner. We've been bound together by fate.
パートナー。
Right, we're partners.
世界の命運は僕たちにかかってる。
Little dino dummy. Yes. I agree. And the fate of the world is in our hands.
ボルトバウタモンを追いかけるんだ。
Now let's go get both Baltimon.
うわ、なんだここ。
Whoa, what's this place?
なかなか雰囲気が出てきたな。
This is really starting to feel epic. I don't think that's the right word. whatever. Oh, I already made like multiple backup saves.
いかにもって感じだよね。ちょっと怖いね。
Yeah, this place definitely has its own feel to it. It's kind of
怖い
scary.
とか言うなよ。釣られて怖くなるだろ。
Hey, don't say that. You don't. You want to give the rest of you want to get the rest of us scared too.
そんなにか。
Do you really think that's that bad?
だってほら、壁見てみろよ。壁の模様が人の顔に見えてきててさ。
Huh? Am I... Is Minoru just high? I don't see a face here. Just look at the walls. Now I can't help but see human faces in those patterns.
バカバカバカ。変なこと言わないでよ。余計怖くなるじゃない。
Eek, you idiot. Why would you even say that? Now I'm even more scared.
前を見て進みましょう。不安になってくるもの。
Let's try focusing on what's in front of us and keep moving, or we'll make things worse.
そして
I feel like that was supposed to be somebody else's line. Good thinking. Let's try not to pay too much attention to the walls.
あれ、葵さん。なんか声遠くない？
Hey guys, check this out.
やだみんなどこに？
Didn't we just say not to look at the walls?
みんなどうし
Yeah, I know, but look at this. It's an engraving. It's creepy. It's creepy, it's what it is. It really is a creepy engraving. It shows children being dropped from high up,
たくま。
only to be eaten by something waiting for them on the ground.
あぐもう
It's like a scene from hell. Did we just get eaten by the walls? The fuck? Oh, we're back here. Alright, fine.
たくま。
You can have treats 10 minutes early. Can you say please? You're not being patient. You are being cute. You're such a fiend. Retreat. Oh. I forgot about the shrooms, but I gave them to Agumon. So unless we're just high by proxy. Takuma. There he
ア
is.
グモン無事か
Final battle imminent. Agumon, are you okay?
みんなもほ
I'm fine. So is everyone else, too. Look.
なんか変な感覚だな。立ってるのか座ってるのかわかんねえ。
Man, what a weird feeling. It's like I can't tell if I'm sitting down or standing up.
気を抜くなよ、ミノル。こんな場所ではどこに敵が潜んでいるかわからん。
Stand you go, Minoru. In a place like this, the enemy could be
ら。
anywhere.
そうよ。注意してさき。急にその辺から敵が出てきてもおかしくないわ。
That's right. Be careful, Saki. The enemy might suddenly attack from somewhere.
こと言わないでよ。ここどこ？主はポルトバータモンは？
Hey, don't scare me like that. Where are we anyway? Is the master here, Bo Baltamon?
あ、見て。あそこで戦ってるの。
Oh, look over there. There's a fight going on.
ポルトバウタモンとあれは主。
Is Bold Baltamon and is that the master?
裏切り者は我に手が届くと思うたか。
Treacherous fool. Did you really think you could defeat me?
お
That sounds like a sarcastic cry of pain. If that makes any sense.
危うき者かしかれどうぬも我が糧となるべし
You are a threat, Erg, yet you too are to become my prey.
なかなか強いさすがはこの世界の主
Rarg, you're pretty strong. As befits the master of this
う
world.
ぬに安寧を授けよう我が糧となれ
Now I will grant you eternal rest. Come, you shall be one with me.
いいでしょう私を取り込めるものなら取り込んでごらんなさい
Fine then. Go on and take me in if you think you can.
はあおい、あいつ
Well, he's
自分から主に食われに行った
letting himself be eaten.
我取り戻したり
Pant, pant, pant. Now you are mine once
巫
more.
女の力豊富の知識すべてが我が体内にあり
The power of the maiden and abundance of knowledge? Yes, yes, it flows through me.
なんか主が元気になってる。
The master seems somehow
ボルト
revitalized.
バウタモンごとみゆきの力を取り戻したのかもしれない
You may have regained Miyuki's power by consuming Bolt Baltamon whole.
じゃああいつは今世界の扉を開く力を手に入れたってことか
Wait, does that mean he has the power to open the door between worlds?
まずいわみんな。今すぐに主を倒さなきゃ。
This is bad. We need to defeat him now.
ボルトバウタモンとの戦いで主が消耗
You
して
just
い
said
る
he
う
was
ちに
revitalized. Right, he's still worn out from fighting Bolt Baltamon.
主を止めよう二つの世界を救うんだ
This is our chance to stop him and save both worlds. Moral back. Okay.
世界のことあり
Oh, I can have sticks. Well, these guys are just fodder. Sorry. Sure. Yeah, get him, Gabumon. Let's go Zudomon. Just because prize better base stats. Master defeated, all annihilated. Hopefully he doesn't have a... Exactly. I really hope he doesn't have a dumbass AoE. Like, massive AoE. What's up? This is weird, there not being like a place to stand. Let's see, attack, acceleration charge.
仕方ないね。
Katanada. What a resistance to everything. Ah, there it is. Range. Okay, so don't get close, and I'll be fine. Except that it can attack this area and hit out 4. Right? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, just dumbass AoEs. Also, great field of justice. Oh, I can almost hit him. At least he's a free type. Get Crusher. Here. No. I need to be where Magnadramon is. What a shame. Do your best, DRXmon. Of course, Takuma. I'll deal with this somehow.
Yoshi, 俺が行こう。絶対に勝つんだ。アロデルモン、覚悟はいいか。
Right. You do that chip damage. Oh, why did it teleport me there? Huh, interesting. Oh yeah. Get him, Talmon. Who's Talisman of Light? Get him, Mazemon. Oh my god. No, it's just like a first half scripted death. And then there's like a cutscene that plays and like, nah, we got this, or something like that, and then we can win. I could totally see them doing that. Come on. No, to be fair, it doesn't seem like it can hit us from the sides. That's kind of nice. I don't want to put you there. Oh, Horrorfrost. Oh, okay. Is that just going to always be a side attack? Ta-ding. Nice, double assist. Not bad, not bad. Do we get a cutscene now? Yes, yes we do. Alright, so we just won the fight. Do we lose the cutscene now? Take this. Figaro! What are you crying for? Are you lost? Dog. Figaro, come here. Oh. What's happening? No, it was only at like half health. But we did do a decent chunk of damage. Did we do it?
でもなんか変だよ。
I don't know. Something's not right. Why? What are you crying for?
この感じ初めてボルトバウタモンを見た瞬間と同じ感覚だ。
I know this feeling. It's the same as when we first met both Baltimon.
私たちも感じる。
Yeah, we feel it too.
まるで主の内側から邪悪な心が膨れ上がってくるような。
It's as if some sort of evil is bubbling up from within the
ま
master.
さかボルトバウタモンが内側から主を乗っ取り返そうとしてるのか。
Could both Baltimon be trying to take over the master from inside? Nice.
ご名答。ついに手に入れた。
Precisely. His power is mine at
あ
last.
あ、よかった。巫女を取り込んでいたおかげで。
Yes, it is a good thing I took in the maiden.
内側から主の意識に直接接触し、肉体を奪い返すことができたのです。
For I'd never have reached the master's mind directly to take control of his body.
なんでそこまで危ないことすんの。下手したらあんた食われて終わりだったじゃない。
Why would you even try something so risky? That could have been the end of you.
決まっているでしょう。復讐ですよ。
Isn't it obvious? For vengeance!
それってカイト君があなたの中に残していった気持ち。
You mean because of Kaito's feelings that were still inside of you?
そうでもあり、違うとも言えます。私の中には2つの復讐心がある。
Because of them, yes, and something else as well. I have two reasons to seek
カイ
revenge.
トの世界に対する復讐心、そして私の主に対する復讐心ですよ。
Kaito's hatred for the world, and my own hatred for the master.
ボルトバウタモンいやピエモンが主を憎んでたってことか。
So you actually hated the master, both Baltimon, or should I say Piedmon?
主の言いなりになって全てをお膳立てした。そうすれば世界が救われると、そう騙されていた。
The master deceived me into becoming his puppet, into believing if I did as he
しか
said,
し主は我々のことなど使い捨ての手駒としか思っていなかった。いや、
this world would be saved. Yet all the while, we were no more than pawns to
手
him.
駒だとすら思っていなかった。神の慈愛などそこにはなかった。
No, he didn't even hold us in that much regard. Such was the love of our God.
主は世界の神ではない。
Ha! The master is no god of
強
anything.
大な憎悪とそれを原動力としてひたすらうごめく大いなる力の塊。
He's nothing but a writhing mass of power driven by an immense
理
hatred.
想も思想も何にもない。ただの生命維持のからくり。
To
この
think
世
that
界の住人はそんなものを崇めていたなんて。
to think that the inhabitants of this world would revere such a being with no thought.
なんて滑稽。
No ideals, nothing but an empty drive to preserve its life. It's pathetic. Ha ha ha.
何それ。どういうこと。生命維持って。
What are you babbling on about? What do you mean an empty drive to preserve its life?
ヨタ話が過ぎましたかね。
Hehehe, did I lose you?
まあいいではありませんか。もう主はいない。
Well, it is of little consequence. After all, the master is no
私の
more.
中で怨念を渦巻かせているだけ。それだけの存在となり果てたのですから。
All that's left of him now is a drive that stirs up the rage which swirls inside me.
そうそう。私の中とい
Within
え
me.
ば。
Oh, and speaking of what swirls within
今
me,
私は生贄になった者たちを主ごと私の中に取り込んでいるんですよ。
all those who were sacrificed to the master have now become a part of
多
me.
くの生贄となった者たちの意識も渦巻いています。何千、何万。
I can feel their minds spiraling around inside. Thousands, tens of
も
thousands.
ちろん、あなたたちの仲間も。
Of course, that includes your friends too. Hehehe.
そんなカイトくん、ミュウちゃん。
Oh, how awful. Kaito, Mew.
寮に修二さんも主の中に今はお前の中にいるってのかよ。
Does that mean Ryo and Shuji are within the master? Within you too?
ええ、くだらない。そしておぞましい思考が永遠にぐるぐる回っています。
Yes, their petty and contemptible thoughts keep spiraling on endlessly.
助けて、生きたい、
Itai.
苦しい。自分のことばかりとても浅ましくくすぶり続ける。
Help me, let me live, it hurts. They think only of themselves as they suffer.
今に世界ごと幾万の意識も消し去ってあげましょう。
Well, I'm about to put an end to their suffering, along with both worlds.
世界ごと消し去るだって。どうするつもりだ。
What? What are you planning?
巫女の力を使って
Do this.
こうするんですよ。
It's very simple. I will use the power of the maiden and do this. Huh? What's that light?
みゆきが作り出したものと同じ。二
That's
つの世界をつなぐ扉だ。
that's the same thing Miyuki created. It's the door between worlds.
じゃああれが俺たちの世界に繋がってる。
You mean that thing is connected to our world?
おやおや、帰りたければ扉を通って帰ってもいいんですよ。
Well, didn't you want to go back home? You need only step through that
どこ
door.
にいようと、もうじきこの世界とあなたたち人間の世界は消えるのですから。
I won't stop you. After all, both this world and your human one will be gone soon. Soon be gone.
そんなこ
I really
と
just read things
絶対
backwards.
にさせない。
We're not gonna let that happen.
なぜです？それがカイトの願いだというのに。
Why not? Isn't that what Kaito wished
自
for?
分たちの欲望のため他者を平気で踏みにじる世界。
A world where people happily trample upon others for their own ambitions.
他人の犠牲の上で成り立っている事実から目を背ける世界。
A world of falsity and deceit built on the sacrifices of others.
妹が犠牲になり続ける世界。彼はそんなもの壊してしまいたかったのです。
A world that always victimized his sister. Kaito wanted to end all that.
違う。
You're wrong.
カイトの怒りは私の中で生きています。すべてを破壊し尽くしましょう。
Kaito's rage lives on within me, and I will destroy everything.
それが私のうちに渦巻くカイトの意志。
That was his wish. I can feel it even now as his consciousness swirls.
違う。カ カイトはもうそんなこと望んでいなかった。
That's not right. That isn't what Kaito wanted. He turned away from that.
そうだよ。そもそもカイトは最初から誰かを傷つけたくて傷つけてたん
That's
じゃない
maybe not
し。
true. Yeah, Kaito never hurt anyone because he wanted to.
本当は優しいし仲間思いだし、曲がったことなんか大嫌いなんだから。
He was always kind and thoughtful, and he hated anything that wasn't right.
あいつはミユのために復讐しなきゃってそう思い込んでたから破壊を望んだだけだ。
He only turned to destruction because he thought he needed to get revenge for Mew.
だから俺たちの言葉を聞いて自分の間違いに気づいてくれたんだよ。
That's why when he heard what we had to say, he had realized he'd made a mistake.
ええ、勘違いや暴走もあったけど。
That's right. Kaito may have made mistakes sometimes, or gotten a little carried away.
カイト君はただただミユちゃんを守りたかっただけ。
But all he really wanted to do was keep Mew safe.
守れなかった後悔から逃れるために復讐に走ってしまっただけなのよ。
He only turned to revenge because it let him avoid facing his failure to protect her.
ミユのいない世界を壊してしまいたい。それは確かにカイトの心の一部だったのかもしれない。
Maybe a part of Kaito did want to bring it into the world without Mew in it.
でもそれでも僕たちは信じてる。カイトのその怒りはもう消えたんだって。
But even so, we all believe that Kaito was able to let go of that anger.
カイトは自分の間違いを理解して前に進もうとしてたんだって。
He'd learned from his mistake and was trying to move forward. But you stole that away from
カイ
him.
トとの絆が切れた時点でお前の中の怒りはもうカイトのものじゃない。
From the moment you lost your connection with Kaito, that rage inside of you wasn't
お
his.
前はカイトの後悔を自分の都
I
合のい
mean,
い
I
よ
don't
う
think
に
he
利
needs
用し
much
て
of
い
an
るだけ
excuse
だ。
to do anything right now, but you're just using his pain as an excuse for your own desires.
興味深い話ですが意味はありませんよ。
Well, much as I find this conversation fascinating, it's also pointless.
もう話はおしまいです。私の意思を否定するのであれ
I'm done talking. If you seek to deny my
ば、あなた
will,
たちの意思を突き通そうとするならば、
if you oppose your own instead, then be
あな
eliminated.
たたちの存在をかけて私を止めてごらんなさい。
Then you can risk your very existence to try and stop me. Alright, round 2.
遊んで差し上げ
Fight. Hey, remember all that setup being for nothing? Voltmon Fusion. Attack. Indeed. God damn it. I mean, I knew you were probably very correct. I was hoping you wouldn't be.
仕方ないね。
I was hoping you would just kind of resume with him being like half health or something, but yeah. HP, what the fuck? Why did he get stunned? Excuse me, game? Why doesn't Agumon get to play? What is this for shit?
覚悟はいいか。
He doesn't want me one-shotting his ass. So he's using cheats. Ah, resistant to dark. But not that much to light. Get him, Minoru. Burp, 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 burp. I don't have to move you that close. Move you like right here. Large. Oh, counterattack. Oh, that's a dumbass counterattack.
私の番ね。
That's dumb.
守れる力を。
ケルベロのこれならば。
I don't know if you can actually hit him. Yeah, there you go.
これで追い詰めるぞ。
What? Why? Is it just random?
神の一手。
力を取り戻さね。 今のうちに息を整えるの。
This is what I want, right? Is it just random? I got stunned? I think you can hit him from here, right? Maybe a bit of a stretch. Just short. Yeah, you're just over in the corner by yourself. Here we go, go ointment. Where? No, you go. Figaro, come here. No, I didn't mean to face you that way. I'm sorry if you die. Come on! Fuck off, game. Why don't I get to play?
まさしく神の一手です。
That's fine. Is there a reason I don't get to play with Agumon? Ah. Oh, fuck off.
私が動こう。
Let's just make it so you can't play the game. That'll make it hard. What a great design choice. Maybe I can hit Manga Dramon from here. You see, what I was planning on doing was having Metal Sea Dramon heal Manga Dramon, but he randomly fucking stunned for no reason. So that's cool. God, that's so sad. Just dances around. And stuns last for fucking ever. Holy shit, Agumon gets to play the game. I'm at my wit's end there. I was going to get very upset if he got stunned again. I don't need to move that close though. Also, I don't want you to be next to Digimon. Also, hello, First Scout. Welcome. I kind of want to keep Manga Dramon in the fight, though. I'll talk to you. And item. Clean dressing.
戦力を減らすつもりはない。
まさしく神の一手で。
Well, hey, nobody died. I need something that gets rid of buffs.
どう動くべきか。
Okay, Middle Digimon is not done anymore. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get breathed on, but... Lord. Also, we might not actually live this turn. Nope, never mind. We get another cutscene.
こんなものですか?
Damn it! I lost the cutscene again.
そろそろ幕引きとしましょう。
Oh, is that all you've got? Well then, I think it's time we ended this.
なんだボルトバウタモンのやつ大バズでも隠してたのか
What? Has he been hiding some sort of ultimate attack?
まずいみんな避けて
Not good, everyone, look out!
避ける場所などあるものですか?
How are you doing, First Scout? You're not going alright. Look all you want, it won't help you.
これが世界を壊す者の力です。さあ、 全員まとめて
This is the power.
消し込むがいい
This is the power of the destroyer of worlds. Now be gone, all of. I hope Lopmon just emerges from him. He's like, hi guys, I got this.
何が起きたの？
Huh? What just happened?
歌が聞こえる
That's a different game. That song. Why do I hear that song? Oh.
あなたたちなぜこんな力がどこに
All of you. Why? Where's this power coming from? That's my best Dark Souls 1 impression, by the way.
中で暴れるなやめろ早く力となれ
These noises are so good. Arg! Stop it. Stop tearing at me inside. Become my power? Oh.
ねえ、タクマ。これって
It's our friends fighting back, and all of the kids that have been killed. All the dead children. Dogma, is this what I think it is?
体の中から誰かがボルトバータモンを抑えてくれてる。
Someone's holding Bolt Baltimon back from
カ
inside.
イト君、ミユちゃん。
リョウミ、修二さん、教授、みゆき。
Professor Miyuki.
やめろやめろやめろ
This man's just stuck on the toilet. Yeah. Stop. Stop.
タクマ、今だ、やっちまおうぜ。
Dogma, now let's finish him.
行こう。
I swear to God, if I get
すべて
fucking
終わら
stomach
せるんだ。
again. Yeah, let's end this now. Oh hey, it picked back up where I was. I don't think he's gonna survive this turn.
私がやろう。アンジェレーション。
Ah. Get him, Magna Dramon.
相手が悪か
う
ったよう
たら
だな。
And we didn't lose anybody. Freaking Floramon got blasted though. To be fair, Agumon also got blasted. But I used items for him. Bakana.
ありえ
This
ない
can't be happening to me. No, it's not possible. This can't be happening.
私が負ける負ける嘘だ嘘だ嘘だ嘘だ嘘だ嘘だ嘘だ
I think his bliss is now over. I lost? I actually lost. No, it can't be. It can't be. It can't be. It can't be.
現実を見やがれ。今のボロボロになったお前自身をな。
Oh, but it is. Just take a look at yourself. You're a mess.
僕たちの
We
Katsuda.
We did it. We won. The voice actors went ham on these noises. I love it.
こ れで全て元通りになる。
So, will everything go back to normal now?
たくま、急
Takuma, hurry.
急ぐって。
Huh? What's the rush?
ごう。何すっとぼけてんの？扉が開いている今のうちなら元の世界に帰れるじゃない。
What do you mean? What's the rush? The door's open. If we hurry, we can go
扉が
back.
閉じちゃったら本当に元の世界に戻れなくなっちゃうかもしれないよ。
Once it closes, we may never have another chance to get home.
そうか。それなら急がないと。
Oh, you're right. We need to get
ちょっと待って、二人とも。扉をよく見てみて。
Hold on, you two. Take another look at the door. You get
こ
bigger?
の扉、閉じるどころかどんどん大きくなっていくわ。
It's not closing. If anything, it's getting bigger.
それだけじゃない。扉が固定化されていってる。
Yes, and that's not all. It's also begun to
固定
solidify.
化って何？
What do you mean it's begun to solidify?
しっかりしたっていうか、ちょっとやそっとじゃ閉まらなそうっていうか。
It's getting sturdier, harder to
うまく
close.
説明できないけど、二つの世界がつながりっぱなしになりそうに。
I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, the two worlds are starting to join together.
くっついて融合しちゃいそうに見えるのよ。
Yeah, that's it. It looks like they're starting to fuse.
融合？
The worlds are fusing.
俺もフローラモンと同じように感じる。あの扉はもう一時的なものではない。
Yes, I have the same impression as Floramon. That door is no longer a temporary thing.
これってやべえんじゃねえのか？なあおい、どうなってるんだよ。
This is bad, right? Can somebody tell me what's going on
この
here?
まま扉が開いたままなら、この世界と僕たちの世界がつながる。
If the door stays open like this, this world and our world will be connected.
つながって？そんでどうなるんだ？
Okay, but what does that mean?
世界の行き来が自由になる。誰でもどちらの世界にも行けてしまう。
There will be free travel between worlds. Anyone will be able to go back and forth.
多分そうだ。だから僕たちの世界に
I think
ア
you're
グモンたちの
probably
ような
I think you're probably right. Monsters like Agumon will
獣神が現れるようになるってわけ？
the Kimonogami are going to appear in our world.
こっけいな。
Like these idiots, they don't know what's happening. Pathetic.
お前、まだ生きてやが
Yeah,
った
he
のか。
stood there the whole time. Wow, you're still
こ
alive.
こに来る途中、あなたたちも見たでしょう。壁画の数々。
You saw those murals on you saw those murals on your way here, didn't you? Those were diagrams of the two
元は
worlds.
一つだった二つの世界を表す図。古の時代に分かたれた二つの世界。
Which used to be one until they were split apart in ancient
そして
times.
こちらの世界はいわば人間が捨てた本能の世界。
This world is the one you humans abandoned. The world of instinct.
本能の世界。どういうことだ？
World of instinct? What are you even talking about?
捨てられた世界、滅びゆく世界、片側だけ人知れず死んでいく世界。
An abandoned world, a crumbling world, fading unnoticed to a solitary
そん
destruction.
なものは許さない。扉は開いた。
I refuse to allow that to happen. Hehe, now the door is open. That's more raving than response, and both Baltamon's eyes looked vacant. Can he even still hear us, or is he too far gone?
復讐は、怒りは、私だけの感情ではない。多くの同胞が
What happened to
世
Garurumon?
界を
Oh shit, no, Garurumon's just dead, because the professor is also dead. What an undignified death. My vengeance, my rage, was not mine alone. My many brethren will destroy the worlds.
せいぜい絶望に
Now
あ
struggle
がき
to live
が
on
さ
in despair. Oof!
ボルト・バウタモン。
今の話本当だったらどうしよう。ポルトバウタモンの同胞が来るってさ。
I mean, he didn't really give us any information. What do we do if he was telling the truth? You know, about there being others.
きっと恨みを持った獣神が僕たちの世界にやってくるって話だ。
Well, he's probably right about Kimonogami coming to our world bearing grudges.
そんなのやばいじゃん。ねえ、どうにかならないの？
That's terrible. Isn't there anything we can do?
くそ、結局ポルトバウタモンのやり逃げかよ。
Damn it, so both Baltamon's going to get away with this.
私たち一体どうすれば？
What are we supposed to do now?
どうなるんだよ、俺たちの世界は、この世界は。なあ、タクマ。
Seriously, what's going to happen? What about our world? What about this world, Takuma?
僕だってわからないよ。でも普通に考えれば
I don't know any more than you do, but I guess if you think about
これ
it,
からきっと両方の世界が大混乱になるんじゃないかな。
both worlds are likely headed for chaos or something?
私たちだってラブラモンたちと出会った時驚いたもの。
Yes, think about how surprised we were when we first met Labramon and the
敵対
others.
してくる獣で溢れたら世界はパニックに。
If our world were suddenly flooded with hostile monsters, it'd be a huge panic.
パニックなんてものじゃ済まないわ。下手をしたら
I feel like they would just call in the military, and I don't know how well Ricky's hold up against guns, but I'm pretty sure the higher ranking Mons will destroy the world if they're pissed enough. No, it might be worse than that. It could change our world completely.
そんなのどうしたらいいの？
But what can we do to stop
み
it?
んながみんな獣神たちとすぐに打ち解けられるわけじゃん。
We can't expect everyone to suddenly be able to open their hearts to the Kimonogami.
待って、葵さ
Oh, wait.
何？
What?
ん。僕たちはもうアグモンたちを怖がったりしないよね。
We're not afraid of Agumon or any of the others anymore.
それは一緒に過ごしているうちにアグモンたちがどんな存在か知ることができたからで。
We learned what they were like by spending time with them, learning more about
怖
them.
がるべき相手とそうじゃない相手を理解することができるようになったからだ。
But you're not going to solve Shuji's. Those are people problems. Eventually we could tell which ones were hostile and which ones weren't. We're just gonna gatekeep them.
つまり
Oh, so you're saying...
みんな帰ろう。僕たちの世界に。
Let's go, everyone. Let's go back to our world.
はあ、どういうことだよ。
Huh? I don't get it. What are you thinking?
何かいい方法思いついたな。
Did you think of a way to make things work out?
だって僕たちはよく知っ
You're
ているじゃ
going
な
to
いか。
be the ambassadors. Yeah, it's simple. We know more about these things than
こっち
anyone.
の世界のことをアグモンたちのことを
We're the experts on this world, not to mention Agumon and the
これ
others.
から混乱する世界を救えるのはアグモンたちを知ってる僕たちしかいない。
Which means we're the only ones who can save the world as it descends into
僕たち
panic.
がアグモンたちについて元の世界の人たちに教えていくんだ。
Undertale moment. Hmm? I don't know Undertale that well. I feel like the Digimon would be running the society, but I don't know. By teaching the people in our world what we know.
そんなことが
You really think we can do it?
もちろん僕たちだけじゃ難しい。でも
Well, maybe it wouldn't be possible if it was just us, but we won't be alone.
仲間がいるんだ。アグモン、みんな、
This is a harmony
力を
ending,
貸して
I'm
くれる？
guessing. We have our friends. Agumon, everyone, will you help us?
僕たち
They just say no. What? You want us to help?
一緒に来て手伝ってほしい。僕たちのパートナーとしてさ。
Yeah, I want you to come with us. Work with us side by side as partners.
それって僕たちも一緒に悪魔たちの世界へ行くってこと？
You mean we'd be going to your world with you?
そうだよ。みんなの存在がきっと鍵になる。
That's right. I think your help is going to be
こ
crucial.
っちの世界から来る生き物は怖い敵ばかりじゃないってことを教えてほしい。
We'll need you to demonstrate that not everything from this world is hostile.
これは責任重大だな。
This will be no small task.
でもこんな状況じゃ他の選択肢なんてないんじゃない？
But considering the circumstances, what choices do we have?
葵のみんなのために私たちが力になれるのなら。
Oh no. No, I'll pay taxes for him. It'll be kind of like a pet thing, but not quite. If it means helping Aoi, helping all of you, then of course we
そ
will.
っか、一緒にいられるんだ。
So we'll
こ
be
れ
able
か
to
らも悪魔の力になれるんだ。
so we'll be able to stay together. I'll be able to keep helping you, Takuma.
僕、悪魔と一緒に行くよ。
I'll
ど
do it.
こまでだってずっと一緒だ。
I'll do it. I'll go with you, Takuma, and stay by your side no matter what.
ありがとう、アグモン。
Fucking military rolls in, just kidnaps all of them to run experiments. That would totally happen. Thanks, Agumon. Thanks, everyone.
僕たちの絆で解決しよう。
Bonding time.
世界に起きる混乱を。
Let's use our bonds with each other to save both worlds from chaos.
こうなりゃ最後までとことん付き合うぜ。俺たちなら何だってできる。
Yeah, we'll stick together until the very end. As friends, we can do
うまくい
anything.
くかはわからないけど、やってみる価値はあるってわけね。
I don't know if this is going to work out, but it sure seems worth trying.
やりましょう。私たちみんなの力で。
Yes, let's do this. All of us working together. Then we walked through the door back to our world. Maybe it wasn't a doorway back to the world we knew, but I wasn't afraid. Together with my friends that remained, together my friends and I were going to save the new world. The fight against chaos. God damn it, Chaos, you reared your head again. Even if that means a different kind of fight than what we've been through so far. Yeah, I don't know either. It's been a year since then, and Agumon has paid so many taxes.
僕たちが元の世界に帰った後、世界は大きく
Hologram
変化した。
ghost. After we went back, a lot of things
予想通り
changed.
僕たちの世界へアグモンたちのような獣神が現れたんだ。
This is really bad text placement. I mean, maybe he gets character development and isn't a blubbering mess. Just as we predicted, Kemonogami began to appear in our
人類
world.
が彼らについて学ぶ時間もないまま、世界はたくさんの獣神で溢れ、
It happened so quickly, people had no time to learn about them before they were
多
everywhere.
くの国々で大混乱が
Total
巻き起
chaos
こ
in
り、
many countries.
世界は彼らによって
This led to
大
total
きく様
chaos.
変わりしてしまった。
This led to total chaos in many countries, and so their rivalry shaped the world.
そんな中、僕とアグモンのような魂を共有した
During all this confusion, there were growing numbers of children who met
運
Kemonogami.
命の
They
パートナーとなる獣神と出会う子供が現れ始めた。
who they were fated to become partnered with, who shared a soul like Agumon and me.
全ての人がパートナーに出会えるわけではない。
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
パートナーを持たない人の方が
That is really where it... That is the vibe that that gave off. It's like, this is Agumon. Look at his fuzzy edges. Why are his edges fuzzy? Their line work needs a little bit of work. Not that I could do any better, but not everyone found a partner. In fact, most people didn't.
結果としてパートナーを持った人とそうでない人
Oh boy.
両者の間には大きな心の隔たりが生まれてしまった。
The result was a psychological gap between those who had partners and those who didn't.
獣神の
Ah,
強い
you're
力
right.
は人々に恐れられた。その恐怖はパートナーを持つ人にも向けられたんだ。
People feared the power of the Kimonogami and took that out on those who had
やがて
partners.
パートナーを持つ人は多くの偏見やデマ、
Ah,
誤
Jesus.
解や差別にさらされることになって、
Eventually, people who had partners faced all kinds of abuse, slander, and
世
prejudice.
界の混乱
Why
と
would you
断絶は
bully the people that have fucking nukes with them? That just sounds like a bad idea. I'm saying nukes because Digimon are very powerful. Disorder and disconnection were on the rise.
この世界はこれからもっと
Oh, that fell
混
off my
迷を
desk.
深めていくだろう。
Man, why isn't there a Digimon land? It's just a VR world. This world is surely headed for more
そ
turmoil,
の中で僕たちは
but that's where we come in. What the fuck? Why are we by MRI machine? We've each kept doing all we can to show that humans and Kimonogami can get along. Part of that effort is a lab known as the Japanese Institute of Electrical Symbiotes. JIES. No, I don't like that anything. It provides daily support to... It provides daily support so people who find partners can live in this world in peace.
本当？本当にこの子
So
危
it's
な
not
くないの？
it's not dangerous, really.
ええ、もちろんよ。獣神はその子は
Guys.
あなたのパートナーなの。
Just one letter off of lies. That's right. That Kimonogami, that little one there, is your
あな
partner.
たが優しい心で接すれば、あなたや周囲の人に危害を加えるようなことはしないわ。
Treat her kindly and she'll bring no harm to you or anyone else.
でも、みんながモンスターは危
Yeah,
険
they're
だ
wrong.
って。
But everyone says monsters are
そ
dangerous.
んなモンスターに好かれる私は悪い子だってみんな言うんだもん。
If one of them likes me, then I must be bad. That's what they say. Oh no. Oh no.
大丈夫。悪い子なんてことないわ。パートナーはあなたの心を映す鏡なの。
Also, an entire year later, Inaoi has not changed her clothes. Don't worry, it's not like that. Your partner is a reflection of what's in your heart.
あなたがきちんと自分と向き合えば、この子も正しく力を使えるわ。
As long as you confront what's in yourself, your partner will use her power for good.
自分と き合う
Hey! You know, it's just some casual shock therapy to get her used to monsters. It's fine. Though I don't know why the headgear is necessary. How do I do that?
ええ、自分の本当にやりたいこととちゃんと向き合うの。
You just need to be honest about what you want and how you're
一人じゃ
feeling.
できないかもしれないけど、あなたにはパートナーがいるでしょ。
That might be hard to do on your own, but now you've got a partner to
だから
help.
大丈夫。自分とパートナーを信じて心を一つにするのよ。
So don't worry, believe in yourself, trust your partner, and learn to be as one, okay?
言ってみる。
Yeah, okay, I'll try.
お疲れ様、葵さん。相変わらずだね。
That was really something, Aoi. I see you haven't changed a bit.
たくまくん、それ褒めてる？
And you mean that as a compliment?
うん、一応。
What? Yeah. Although I still think that she can sometimes be a little overbearing.
大したことはしてないわ。それに大切なのはこれからでしょ。
Hehe, well, I didn't do much, really. The important part is what comes next.
そうだね。この子がどうなるか、僕たちは見守らなきゃいけない。
Right, we'll need to keep an eye on her and see how things turn out. Huh? Providing support for people with partners comes down to a lot of what Aoi just did. We take care of the kids who gain this new power and teach them how to use it. But we also put out legitimate information on Kimonogami to combat all the hate. How did a bunch of teens get, like, access to this?
たくま、葵ちゃん、ちょうどよかった。
Like, how are they in these positions of, like, I get that, like, they have knowledge, right? But who's funding them? Like, oh, Takuma, Aoi. Just who I was looking for. We found a new kid with a partner.
今から連れてくるから、念のためにミノルとファルコも借りていい？
That's true. And two of us had, some megas. So that's like 15. I don't actually remember what it, like, amounts to. They are extremely powerful. Yeah, I'm just surprised the government didn't just, like, back in SCP us. Just secure, contain, protect. I'm surprised they didn't just, like, swoop us up and then lock us up to, like, study us. Or our Digimon. I'm about to go bring them in. Do you mind if I borrow Minaru and Falcomon just in case?
またかよ。最近多くないか？こう連発されると体が持たないっていうか。
Another one? Have there been more of them lately? Have there been more of them lately? I can't keep up with it all.
ミノルくん、そういうこと言わないの。
Minoru, don't say that.
その子
Also, why are they the
今ま
only
でずっと
staff?
不安だったはずよ。助けられるのは私たちしかいないんだから。
The poor kid is probably terrified, and we're the only ones who can help.
葵さん、ミノルも分かってるから、お説教はその辺で。ね、ミノル。
Minoru is perfectly aware of that, Aoi. No need to go on about it. Right, Minoru?
そうそう、冗談だって。休日返上で俺はバリバリ働きます。
Well, now that sounded sarcastic. Of course, I didn't really mean it. I'm happy to give up my day off and keep working hard.
うわー、嘘っぽい。
Uh-huh, real convincing.
もうミノルくんったら、まあいいけど。
I think I actually did say that with the right tone. Honestly, sometimes I don't know what to do with you, Minoru. But it's fine, I guess.
じゃあ、お迎えよろしくね。偏見を持つ人たちから危害を
This
加えら
really
れる
sounds
前
like they're
に
kidnapping them. Good luck bringing them in. But like bringing in the new kid, I hope you get to them before someone gets hurt.
お前も一緒に行こうぜタクマ
I'm on it. Hey, why don't you come too, Takuma?
そうだね。僕も少し外の空気を吸いたいし。
Not a bad idea. I could use some fresh air.
もう夕飯まで
I'm
には帰
honestly
ってきてね
surprised this like ending is going into so much detail. It's kind of nice. Oh, you're so hopeless. Make sure you get back in time for dinner. There are still lots of problems between human and Kemonogami. There's the discrimination to deal with, not to mention issues caused by the Kemonogami. These things will take time to resolve and people's hearts will need to grow. But even so, I believe if humans and Kemonogami stick together, one day we'll make this work.
信じてねあなたは選ばれた子供なんだから
Believe in yourself. After all, you're one of the chosen kids now.
選ばれた子供。
Chosen kids. But there's only like 8 in the diagram. And who was that directed at? To be honest, I'm also a little worried. Our hope is to build a world in which kids with partners can live freely. But if we're not careful, those of us who've gained power through our partners could cause great suffering, like Kaito did when he wanted to destroy the world. In the new world, we can't let that happen. People will need to live better lives. And we've all kept working so no one else will have to know the kind of pain Kaito did. But by treating those with power as special, are we making the discrimination worse? What about the concerns of those who lack partners? Aren't we disregarding them?
タクマ早く迎えに行こうぜ
Yo, Takuma, let's go.
うん、ごめん。すぐ行くよ。
Right, yeah. Sorry, I'll be right there. What kind of future is this world headed towards? I'm scared. I'm worried about how things will turn out. But despite that, I'm going to keep chasing my dream, fighting the only way I know how. Here he is. I was gonna say, where's Agumon? Yep, Kemonogami and humans continue to work together. And can keep living in this chaotic world. Yes, I'll fight as long and as hard as I'll fight as long and as hard as it takes. A New World Order. That's a different game. Oh hey, it's the theme that plays on the thing. I survived. It's so bizarre that they didn't, like... They were just Kemonogami the whole time. They aren't Digimon. It kind of makes me think that it was, like, a team that didn't know what Digimon were made the game. Because I feel like you take away like the Digimon branding of this, then it's just kind of like a monster game, no? I mean, I guess if you did that with Pokemon, it would be that too. Never mind, that was a dumb point. That's just weird. That, like, oh yeah, the Kemonogami. They're beast gods. All in all, I give the pacing of the game bad out of 10. Well, that's not an overall score. I give the pacing a bad out of 10. The gameplay out of 10. It wasn't. It was. I give the story a good out of 10. It was interesting. There are definitely some things that I would have changed about it. And I'm also ignoring the whole constantly repeating of information. I'm looking at like the writing as a whole. Yeah, I just feel like they should have just like worked it in at some point that we're Digimon, not Kimonogami or something. Like, that would have been nice. Like, they could have done it when Digimon was there. Why is man Digimon would be like, oh, we're Digimon, dumbasses. We're not beast gods. I don't know. Honestly, I give the game it was pretty good out of 10. Definitely some choices that made it feel like it was padding the runtime between the writing and some of the second AI. Had a better story than Digimon Worlds. Just watch Ghost Game. I still haven't. Episode 13 of Ghost Game, though. That one's a real good one. Probably my favorite one. I need to catch up on that show, too. I haven't watched it in, like, a few months? Plus, I also has Gamamon. Fucking adorable-ass Gamamon. Fucking chewing on the Roomba. And monitors. Because, of course... Okay. Save game. Sure. Why not? Cleared. Kaito's Dracmon has unlocked the evolution of both Baltamon. Rio's affinity was higher. If... Fuck you! Don't even give me that shit game! Because I know he can't survive. Is that really it? Is that like the domino that triggers everybody to die? Like, is it just like, oh, you lose one person? If it wasn't... if the game wasn't scripted to have him die, I would be fine with this screen. But no, he's scripted to die. You cannot stop it on your first playthrough. So, back off. Mugen. Recollection unlocked. I don't know what that is. But it is interesting though that like one person dying is just like the domino that just sets everybody to die. Oh my god, that really irks me. So where is this going to put me? I'm curious. Okay. Oh yeah, so here's the beginning. Yeep. Yeep. And it's Gabumon. And Renamon. Nina? Oh wait, Oh. Yes.
受けて立つ来い
I don't remember doing this diamond
ご
storm.
容赦よし思いっきり戦うぞプチファイヤー
Fire! No. I won't let you. No, get away from here.
ダメだもう抑えられない
Yep, stop it. Shoves the boy back. And he gets sucked in. Yeah, it's also not like he wanted to leave
お前
on
がいなくなっ
purpose.
たら俺は
Anything happened to your
あ
head?
なたはどうか
You
無事に帰って
Yeah, and clearly she was saving her little brother here, so I don't know why Renamon was so bent out of shape about it. Like, she straight up, like, pushed him into the portal,
でもダメだ
but he couldn't. And she wanted him to be free. But I guess that's what... I wonder how long that was, actually, because it was 50 real-world years. Prologue. Skip the scene. Let's see, so... Profile. Huh. Now, I was expecting all of the affinities to be the same. How does NG Plus work, then? Anyway, I'm just gonna skip this. Or let this skip. Because there was something I wanted to say.
Aoi-san.
Aoi-san. Oh hey, it's him. I have 0 affinity for Shuji. Like, I get why these would reset, but why do... Whatever. That really doesn't make sense. Because, like, the game, like, kind of established that when you have, like, free time to spend with people, like, that you can't do everything. So, like... Oh, I was going to talk about what I was going to do next. That's what I was going to answer that question. Alrighty. Thanks for hanging out, Hoodie. You have a good sleep. And as far as what I'm going to do next, I think it's going to be a mix of speedrunning Dust and a Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Randomizer. I'm thinking I'm going to maybe do that like on Fridays because that's kind of long. And Dust runs, I am essentially wanting to, like, get proficient enough at the run that I can submit it to a marathon. That would be cool. That'd be really cool if it then got accepted, too. But yeah, so it'll be, at least for a couple weeks, it'll be, like, a mix of those two things, I think. If the game, like, tells you you can't do everything, then why would the affinities not carry over? You actually... I don't feel like actually exploring this right now. I'll just save it here. Good game. Also, I'm going to look up how much affinity you need for Rio to keep him alive. So I can gaslight the game back, because I bet 36 is high enough. So many things I want to Google now. How much affinity to save Rio? Fuck my left nut game. According to my quick Google search, you can save him with at least 35. I had like 36. I'm actually going back to check this. This one's fine. It doesn't matter because I can't affect it. Unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, 36. I, by default, had enough to save him, but no. He scripted that. Don't put me on blast when you don't let me do the thing. I did it right. No, whatever. I'm not mad. I'm just confused, actually. I'm actually just confused. Anyway.